Okay, so this is the League of Legends store and like Summoner Hub, I guess you call it.
And so the summoner is basically you.
Yes, you
So
are
regardless
the
of which character you pick, you're the summoner.
Yes, and you get like a summoner level, and you can kind of spec out builds for characters that you'll be using throughout the game, and spend your IP points that you earn, or spend real money on new characters or new skins and stuff like that for the people you play in game. But before I go into the store and like talking about why this game is free and how they actually make money, I'll go over some of the passive things that you level up as you play the game. So right now, I am on my summoner profile. Username BeerBaronX. I'm level 12. It keeps a count of how many total takedowns, monster minion kills, and wins I have. So I haven't put a ton of time into this game yet, but and I think at level 20 you unlock ranked games. So I can't even play ranked games yet.
Oh wow!
And you get experience for every game that you play. And that's how you get higher levels and can unlock new mastery points and new rune slots.
And become utterly addicted.
And absolutely 100% addicted to this game. So it keeps basic match history. Like this game right here, I did really well. I went 16, 2, and 15. Just basic stats. This next page is the champions page, and this is a list of every possible champion, which are the characters that you choose for each match in the game. And I think there's 80 total, or very close to 80. And they add new characters all the time, so it's not like... So they're constantly updating and patching and keeping this game new and interesting for people that are really, really like at the highest level, have been level 30 is the highest.
For a summoner?
For a summoner. And so for people that are constantly playing this game, they keep adding new stuff and keeping it interesting. I only own... so these are all the available summoners, or not summoners, champions right now. Every week they have 10 free champions. So and they keep cycling them in and out so that people who are new to the game can try out new champions and experiment with different people that they might want to eventually like save up for or just buy. I only own 4 of them so far, and these ones are the cheapest ones you can buy.
Okay.
So they're very cheap. Some like the ice bird that I was playing with on the video was one of the free ones for that week, and she's one of the most expensive characters in the game.
So I imagine the more expensive, the better the character.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily.
Okay.
I don't completely understand why some of them are more expensive than others. I think the newness, like how new a character is.
Oh, like maybe that was the first character to ever come out, and now it's dirt cheap.
Exactly. And I think they try to keep some of the easier to play champions cheaper, so that new players can experiment with people that if it like Ashe. She's one of the other characters I really like to play. She was dirt cheap, and she was one of the free ones last week, and she's one of the free ones this week. It seems like she's free a lot because she's pretty easy to learn. So I was talking about runes before and my summoner level. So the rune system is an interesting system because it lets you get extra bonuses and stats for your character before the game even starts. So there's 3 tiers of runes, and they give them the weird names: marks, seals, glyphs, and quintessences, which is fucking weird. I think they should have just called them tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3 runes. Yeah. But they also use that name because you can have tier 1. It's overly complicated, and it's not easy to pick up, already adding to the complicatedness of a fairly complicated game to learn and understand. But it really adds a fun tweak
So are
to it.
high-level people overpowered just to begin with?
Yes. I played a game with a friend who was level 30. And I'm sure I was playing against people that were also level 30 because they were very, very good. And I was very outmatched. I did pretty well in that game, surprisingly. But, yeah, you want to play against... Yeah, higher level people are definitely stronger than you. So every summoner level you get, you unlock a new rune slot. And it alternates between the red, yellow, blue, red, yellow, blue, red, yellow, blue, and then at level 10 you get the quintessence, which is like the most powerful rune. So, I'll just show the ash. I'll show my magic character build. And you can have different loadouts, which is cool too. So I'll get into that in a second. So for this rune setup, it's for a magic character, basically, right? So the quintessence, which is the biggest one, this one little rune right here gives me plus 1.05 magic penetration, which makes my spells do more damage.
Okay.
The primary, or I guess they call them primary, secondary, Anyway, so the primary ones, the red ones are usually the strongest. So you can see that this one only gives me 0.74 magic penetration. And I have 4 of those. The yellow ones I chose for runes that give me faster mana regeneration.
Okay.
So you can kind of like, if your character doesn't have a lot of mana, you can also buy runes that make your mana regenerate faster, or just give you a larger mana pool, or give you better defense, or give you faster attack speed, or give you better cooldown rates on your spells. Like, you can really spec out these runes to suit how you play. And make your character super strong the exact way you want to play that character. And like I was saying before, I'm only level 12, so I don't even have half of the rune slots unlocked yet. So I've got a ways to go. And you buy the runes with IP points, which are free, which I'll get into in a minute. There's also this masteries system, which for every summoner level that you get one more mastery point, and you can put those into these skills that make your champion stronger as well. So when I get to level 30, I'll be able to do this one that reduces the recharge time of all of my spells by 15%. And like some of the ones that I've already put points in, they increase my mana regeneration for every 5 seconds by 3. So I get a lot more mana that way. And this one, I get an extra 5% experience. So I level up a lot faster than someone who wouldn't have their points into that.
Yeah, that seems pretty powerful.
Yeah, and there's a lot of different things. So it's really complex, and it's I can see it being a lot of fun experimenting with completely different builds and how you want to like spec out your character before the game even starts.
Yeah.
And as I showed in the previous video, the games are actually pretty complex at that and require a good amount of skill. And like none of these things are extremely overpowered.
Yeah.
And because you're playing people of a comparable level, and hopefully comparable skill level, I don't know a lot about how their matchmaking system works.
Yeah.
It seems like it's pretty balanced. No one's going to just roll over you as soon as the game starts.
Well, that's good.
It's what it feels like to me, at least. And you also get these spells, and every champion gets to choose 2 spells.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the match. This one is a commonly used one called Flash, and I think it takes a few minutes to cool down before you can use it a second time. And it lets you just instantly teleport. So if you're just completely fucked and you need to get out of there, you can use Flash and just get out of there. Some of them are like heal or instantly revive if you die.
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah, but again, the spells take quite a while to respawn. They're not instant. They're not like a few seconds like a lot of the abilities that you get in the game.
So does revive just bring you back to the pool instantly, or do you get Do you still get a death?
You still get a death, but you instantly respawn, so you don't have to wait. Because when you die in the game, you sometimes have to wait between 30 seconds to like 2 minutes, depending on how far into the game you are.
Yeah.
And there's a 9-minute cooldown on revive.
Oh, that's kind of whack.
Yeah, so like, if you're doing really well and you die once, like if you're 10 and then you die, like, or if you have 10 kills and 0 deaths and then you die and you're like, fuck, I'm doing really well, I gotta get back in there.
Can you buy your way back in there?
No, you cannot buy your way back from death like you can in Sodas.
Yeah. All right.
And there's, I'm still learning a lot about this, but it's a lot of fun so far. So I was talking before briefly about the different pages. Because so many characters fall under so many different
Oh gosh.
don't worry about it. I'm doing screenshots for this, by the way. So if it doesn't look very active and you're not seeing my mouse move around, it's because Fraps wouldn't record this store for some reason. So I'm just doing print screen on every little thing and creating a slideshow. Essentially, is what it is.
Slideshow, Bob.
Yep. So you can have multiple pages. So because the iceberg that I was using in the video is a very magic heavy person. I would not want to use my rune page 1, which are designed for a lot of attack speed and a lot of critical damage, which is what Ash, who basically relies on her bow and arrow and her basic attack to get kills. So these give me a lot of, they're completely different.
How many pages can you have?
I think only 2, and they charge for more.
Boom.
Yeah. So this game is still free up to this point. So now we're going to go to the store, and I think it's important to say right away that anything that affects the gameplay, you can get for free.
Yeah.
You can earn your way to buying it for free. There's 2 currencies in this game. Another thing that just makes this overly complicated, I think.
Yeah.
And it's probably scaring away people right now as I talk about it, and new users who might download it for free. There's RP, which are rage points, I think. Riot points, which is what you buy with real money.
So that's real money, basically.
That's real money. And then there's influence points, which is what you get for every game that you play. And those are kind of based on how well you do in the games, too. So let's take at the purchase Riot Point store. I did some basic math. So you can see for $5 you get 650 Riot Points, which comes out to 130 Riot Points for $1.
Okay.
And then if you buy them at $50 a time, you get slightly more. You get 144 Riot Points for $1. So it's a little bit more, but it's not really incentivizing you a lot to buy
massive amounts.
$50 at a time instead of $5 at a time.
Good lord.
What?
$50, dude. That's the whole game. That's a game.
Yeah.
That gets you StarCraft too.
Yeah. So let's go through the different items you can buy in the game. So you can buy the different champions that you can play as throughout it. The cheapest ones for influence points, which are the free version, are 450 influence points. Or for the paid version, 260 riot points, which is $2 at that lowest tier of buying only $5 at a time, which is actually pretty reasonable, I think. I mean, $2 for something, I mean, like, you see what I'm saying? It's a free game.
Yeah.
That's how they kind of get you into it. I haven't bought anything yet. I'm not planning on it, but it's certainly enticing, extremely enticing.
Like, I really want, or like if you got really good with a guy who was on the free list and then he moved off it and you're like, oh,
that's what's going to happen in a week with that iceberg, and
you're going to want that iceberg.
I'm going to want that iceberg really bad, but I'm going to save up and save the IP for that. So, just as an average, you get about 100 IP, which is the free stuff, a game. You get like a first game of the day bonus. And that gives you a couple hundred extra IP for that day, but then the other games after that drop to a little bit less. And it's about, 45 minutes to an hour. I'd say average 45 minutes per game. So,
you did some time calculations?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm just guessing for how long.
Yeah.
So, for a 100 IP or a 450 IP person, that's about 4 games. That's about 4 hours of work, or $2. You know, so if you like really want that person,
Yeah, it's 50 cents an hour.
yeah, it's 50 cents an hour. You're working for that person.
And if you make, $10 an hour.
But it's still free if you want it. So it's not unbalanced that way, right?
Yeah.
You just have to kind of work towards it a bit. You have to kind of plan and save, which is...
That's cool. I like that.
The most expensive people are 975 Riot points, or $7.50. Or 3150 IP, which
How much time is that?
That's like... probably 30 hours of playing.
Yeah.
So that's quite a bit for 30 hours
For one thing.
or $7.50. Like, that's a huge disparity. Like, that's how they get you. These guys are good. I don't know what their purchase rates are like. I don't know how many people actually spend money on this.
Oh, I bet it's decent.
I'm sure it's decent. I hope it's decent because it's a free to play game, and they're doing an excellent job with it. I hope that some people... I'm not going to, but anyway. So you can kind of see the... Oh, nope, I did that wrong. The most expensive Riot points are 975, which is $7.50. The most expensive IP are 6,300.
So that's 63 hours?
Yeah, that's pretty close to 60 hours of...
It's like almost it's like a week and a half of full-time job.
Yeah, seriously. Or $7.50.
Yeah.
I mean, you can work that at minimum... You can get that at minimum wage for an hour, you know? So, they're clever.
Yeah.
They're good. Skins, you can buy different skins for any character that you own, which is basically just makes them look completely different.
Yeah.
So, like, for example, that ice bird. Let me, did I spell that wrong? Yeah. So, like, choose an ice bird before. You can buy one that makes her look like an eagle.
Oh.
So, like, I don't know, if it's your favorite character.
Yeah.
And you want to buy that. And that is only 520 Riot points. And when I say only, I mean you cannot buy these with influence points.
Oh.
These cost money, period.
Oh.
Only money.
Dang.
So...
Too bad.
Yeah, so that's $4 for a skin, right? The runes that I was talking about before, you can only buy with influence points.
I bet they must rake in cash on this thing, man.
I hope they do, because it's
I guarantee
good
they
fucking
do.
game. But, okay, so the runes that I was talking about were to spec out your character.
Yeah.
Those are only the free
Oh.
influence points. So, again,
That's
they're,
cool.
They're
'cause
very
you can't
cool.
buy your skill.
Right,
You
exactly.
can just buy skins.
Right.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
like
so
that.
so anything that influences the game
Is influence points.
is free.
Yeah.
Unless you want a jump start and buy a champion.
And that's why they call them influence points. Because they can influence the game.
Yeah, I guess that's
Riot points are just for rioters.
rip-off points. That's what they're called. Well, not rip-offs. If it's only like, $2 and you want to try a new character, I can...
That's 2 iPhone games,
if I could,
man.
yeah. But this is a free game that you
two-
spend a lot more... That I'm spending a lot more
That's a
time
hot and
playing than I
spicy
ever-
and a McDouble.
Ooh, nap-inducing. That sounds
Diarrhea-inducing.
Diarrhea-inducing. Yeah, plus the Tums that I have to buy.
Yeah.
So they also have things like boosts, where you can literally pay real money to increase the amount of influence points that you get, which is crazy to me. You can...
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so for 10 or so let's say for 14 days, you can pay close to 15 real dollars to increase the amount of influence points that you get by 200%.
You'd be better off just buying riot points. I
Exactly.
feel like.
I don't completely understand why you would buy some of these. Some of them are for experience, though, so if you want to get to level 30 faster, you can buy those.
Yeah.
And that makes a little bit more sense than paying to earn fake money faster, which is crazy to me. But, yeah, you see what I'm saying? So, anyway, they also have, like, sales and bundles and stuff like that, where you can, if they'll have, like, a champion bundle where you can buy... a bunch of champions together for, what would that be? A bunch of money. I have no idea. and like you save some money.
Yeah.
Basically, if you buy them all together, like Costco style.
Yeah.
Gross.
Can you like give them to your friends?
I don't know.
That'd be sweet.
But what you can do is they also have a refer a friend thing.
Uh-huh.
And below this video and the last video, it's basically an affiliate link that's attached to my account.
So I'll sign up with it.
Yeah, you can sign up with it, and you have to get to level 6, I think, for me to get like a bonus.
But you get free money, right?
Well, I haven't looked too closely at what I earn, but it's basically like I can earn free champions if enough people sign up for it. And like,
it's insane. It doesn't cost them a dime.
What do you mean?
To give you a champion.
Oh, right.
Like usually
exactly.
affiliate things equal money.
Right. Yeah, they're assuming that people like they're assuming that you're going to pay for this shit eventually.
Yeah.
And that's how they're giving this away for free. But I think there's more than enough stuff in this game that's for free that you never have to that you never need to spend money on it. Like, I have no plans on spending money on this anytime soon. Because, like, with the new 10 characters every week, and because there's so many characters, and because I'm having so much fun with this game, that like I'm enjoying learning all the new characters, and like learning, like, oh, this character's really fucking good because he can stun you really fast and then do a lot of damage really fast too. But this character's actually very weak, so he's a good person to gank.
Yeah.
Or this character's a tank. Stay the fuck away from him. You will lose to him every time. Stuff like that. And I'm enjoying learning that about every character.
I feel like the way my brain works, if I really got into a game like this and kind of had that attachment to it, like I really like this game, like, I'll throw the developers a couple bucks and buy a skin.
Right, for your favorite person.
Yeah, for my favorite guy.
Exactly, but I'm nowhere near that stage yet.
Yeah.
There's 80 fucking characters. I've played maybe 5 or 6 of them so far, so I have no idea. But, yeah, anyway, any other questions? Anything else in my notes that I want to go over? No, that's about it.
No, I can't wait to download it with your affiliate link.
Awesome. Cool. Well, thanks for watching this, and definitely check out League of Legends. It's an excellent free PC game.
And go to WikiGameGuides.com.
Oh, yeah. WikiGameGuides. Don't forget about that website, too. All right. Game on.